Yes, Excellency. Nzuri sana. Karibu.
Our hotel is a real reflection of all spaces where guests can disconnect from distractions, focus on being luxury, landscaping with inspired design, and
Since Kenya became independent, one of the things that you have stood for and what Kenyans have stood for is that every 5 years, Kenyans have held democratic elections religiously in accordance with the Constitution. You may complain about the process. You may petition. You may even go to the Supreme Court. You may even do a bit of mandamano. But the fact of the matter is that Kenya has always held out the elections every 5 years. That is a big message of confidence of the democratic principles that Kenya stands for. And we are indeed happy that our leader, President William Ruto, has been at the forefront, not just in underpinning that aspect about Kenya, but also vigorously speaking for the African continent on very fundamental issues like climate change and reforms in different sectors.
Nairobi is the go-to place. We're working on a lot of the physical infrastructure that is required for us to take advantage of that location, because it doesn't make sense then to be here in 5 hours and then get stuck for 4 hours in traffic. We're working with His Excellency the President, with the Cabinet Secretary, and both national and county governments to make sure that that efficiency is there for you in Nairobi. In return, I want to be clear. I and my administration understand that we must do our part to support business with the reliable public services and public trust that it needs to get on with things. That is why I can pledge to you, JW Marriott, and to all other investors coming into this beautiful city, the land of fresh waters, the city under the sun, that we will do our utmost to support you in that way. And that's why I can say that our doors will always be open to you. We are here to help. Your Excellency, the presidential suite in this building is on the 25th floor, and there are a few more floors above that. On Sunday, when I was with you and I mentioned that Nairobi, we can only go up, I saw a bit of hue and cry because people are concerned about the public infrastructure. I want to confirm and to clarify, leave alone 25 floors. Our development control guidelines, Your Excellency, and our zoning framework that we've taken to our assembly allows up to 75 floors in certain areas. And I'm glad that the concomitant infrastructure needed, which is the sewerage, which is the water, which is even traffic, management, is coming in tow. We will make Nairobi work and take its rightful place as a jewel of this continent.
When you look at what we have seen, there's one fundamental message that comes through: investor confidence. Your Excellency, you have been pursuing very vigorous diplomacy and setting the stage for even more investment. So I would like each of us to ponder that would an investor come forward and put the kind of billions that have been put here if they have no confidence in Kenya? So this is symbolism of a very strong mark of approval and the level of confidence that Kenya inspires.
The GTC has accordingly attracted a leading global hospitality brand, the iconic JW Marriott Hotel, to accelerate the transformation of Kenya's tourism, hospitality, meetings, incentives, and exhibitions. at a time when we have embarked on a fundamental repositioning of the sector in keeping with the imperatives of our plan. Part of the campaign I have sustained for the last 1 year is to give a different perspective of our country and our continent.
The partnership that Kenya has built over the years with China is just about 60 years old. And therefore, it is of great significance that you are presiding over the inauguration of this masterpiece, architectural masterpiece, as we mark the 60 years of partnership with China. That is indeed a very befitting occasion to mark that long partnership.
The government of Kenya has developed and is championing quality tourism standards and implementing incentives to support the rapid improvement of standards through registration, licensing, and classification of all accommodation and catering facilities in our country. The contribution of accommodation and catering enterprises to our tourism is immense. And our interventions are part of a broader strategy to uplift its overall performance and capacity to drive our development agenda under the bottom-up economic transformation plan. By 2027, we intend, and I have given targets to Alfred and his team, we intend to receive 5 million tourists annually by 2027 on account of a diversified and competitive tourism product, which will include sports, culture, agricultural, medical tourism, as well as facilities like this.